Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I do apologize for lighting if you guys see it's still dark out because it is just before 8 a.m. and we are doing a 24-hour readathon today. I'm not sure I have the strength to stay up all through the night, to be honest, but I wanted to film it this week because this week I am off work. We get the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve off, so I'm off work, so if I ruin my sleep schedule a little bit, it's okay. I've been staying up, like my sleep has been awful this week and I've been staying up till like 2 a.m. anyways, so even if I can't stay fully up through the night, I know I can stay up at least till then, and then just like a little bit more reading tomorrow, like probably like 6 or so hours, but I'm kind of hoping I can stay up like as late as I can and just keep going. Like I said, it is almost 8 a.m. That's when I'm gonna start. I am exhausted. I have my coffee here, ready to go. This is keeping me alive right now. I was so tired, but I knew that if I went to bed, like went back to bed, I was like, oh, I'll start at 9. I would wake up like in a daze at 10. So we're just gonna do the route of coffee and then a nap, maybe in the midday if need be, which I think we'll need. Now let's go over the books I chose for this because I think I have a really good stack. I feel like 6 books for me in a 24-hour readathon is kind of my normal go-to, but all these are kind of mid-size and none of them are chonkers, so I might actually read a little bit more. Not 100% sure, but if that's the case, I do only have about 100 or so pages left of Two Twisted Crowns, so I might pick this up if I need another book at the end, or like if I just like am going through it and I need like a book I can finish quickly, I'll pick this one because I can probably finish this in about an hour or so. For reference, my reading pace is about like 100 to 120 chapters a hour, which is very fast, so I get through these quite quickly, but the only thing is like I don't want to load this up and account for reading a lot more because, you know, when I'm reading at 3 a.m. I'm not reading 100 pages an hour. You know, when I've been reading for 17 hours it's 3 a.m. it's gonna be a lot slower. Also, if I'm using audiobooks, it's gonna be slower. So I'll talk about these more when I actually go to pick them up and read them, but the first one I have is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. I've heard very mixed reviews about this one, so I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna go. This one I'm so excited about. I have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and this book is such a catfish because like, it looks so tiny. It looks so tiny, and then it's, I think still is tinier, but it's like 300 and like something pages still. 313. It looks like it's like 200. Anyways, I have Taste of Poison. This is the 4th book in the Entangled with Fae series. This one is the Snow White retelling. I'm really excited about it. I have The Unmaking of June Far. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I don't know what it's about, to be honest, but I've heard great reviews. This one I got more for the holiday read. I want to read it before Christmas, but I didn't get to it, but I just want to read it this month or else I'm not reading it next year. It's The Kingdom of Sweets. It's a fantasy, I believe, and it's a novel kind of like based on the Nutcracker. It's like a Nutcracker retelling. And as a dancer, I love the Nutcracker with my entire soul, so I don't know what this is even about. I just read that and I bought it instantly. Should get through this at some point. And lastly, we have City of Fallen Angels, the 4th book in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Now, my plan for attack for these two is these are all physical copies that I have them all physically. But then Taste of Poison is a Kindle Unlimited book, and I do have City of Fallen Angels out on Libby currently as an ebook, so those will be my 2 like electronic books if I need to like grab my Kindle or Kobo for a little bit rest from holding a physical book. And then also I do have 2 credits available on Audible that I haven't used, so I'm getting at least one of these on Audible, if not 2, so then I'll have like at least I'll have to read 2 physical, 2 digital, and 2 on audiobook. So I have lots of mixed media. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna need 2 audiobooks because I'm gonna have to cook, I might have to drive somewhere, I might have to do something in that way, and so like be listening while accomplishing other tasks. So that's the plan. I'm gonna read as much as I possibly can today. I don't know how much it's even gonna be, but I'm hoping I can stay up to like at least 2, if not later. Friends, I'm really stressed because in all that rambling, I haven't decided what I'm going to read first, and it's 7:58, so I want to start in 2 minutes. What should I read? I feel like I want to start on a Kobo or Kindle, so I'm thinking of doing City of Fallen Angels first, I think. Let me get my Kobo. That's terrifying. I don't think I've ever got the message. My battery's at 10% or lower, which I don't think has ever happened, so I might just charge it for a little bit while I start the physical copy. But let's get going. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit so I don't fall asleep and lie back down in my bed. So we're going to start in 3. Well, it's not even 8 o'clock yet. We'll start just before 8. Ready? We'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. so cool. Okay, so this is you attach to it, and this is the little remote. Oh, the charger. Okay, so I think I have to charge it first, so I'll read for a little bit regularly, and then we'll bring up the remote soon. I've been reading for an hour and 40 minutes, and I am now chapter 9, which is 185 pages into the book, so about halfway. I'm not gonna lie, this book, it's like good so far, but I can't really tell where it's going, which is what a lot of people have to say about this one. I'm pretty sure like every single like ranking I've seen of Cassandra Clare books, this one comes like last. I feel like it's still a good book, just like based on how their books, like this is probably the worst one, and some people say it takes them a very long time to get through. That's why I wanted to read it during this readathon, so I was like getting through it quickly. So I'm making a really good time. 185 pages in an hour and 40 is not bad. I should probably finish this by noon, around there, but these are charged. We're gonna try them. I'm so excited. Look, I have it over there. It's like I can lie down and look at it and really watch. Oh, this is amazing. I'm so excited. Hi friends, I'm back at the desk. It's light out now, and this has been a whirlwind. I just finished the first book. I finished The Fallen Angels, but it took me longer than I expected. It took me 4 hours and 45 minutes. That's because I did, like, when I got the remote, I was so comfy. And at one point I did doze off. I woke up and realized I've been sleeping for about 15 minutes. So I paused the timer and I let myself sleep a little bit more, just like I was rested. So I think I paused it for about 15 minutes and kept on reading. And then, but I was like, before and after I fell asleep, I was reading a lot slower because I was comatose. But so I finished City of Fallen Angels. This book wasn't bad. Like, I don't think it was like, I can agree, like, it wasn't like quite as like action-packed as the rest of them maybe, but like, I don't know what you're saying when they say this is clearly the worst one, because if this is the worst one, I still found this good. Like, I don't know if maybe I should have really low expectations of this series, but I think this is still like at least a 3.75. I think I didn't mind it at all. I can't speak on it too much without ruining previous books, obviously. There was stuff happening the entire time. We got new character introductions, and the ending, really good. The ending was really good, so I don't know, but we'll see. That was my first book. It took me 4 hours and 45 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I expected. I'm thinking now downloading an audiobook and making myself some lunch and maybe just chilling with an audiobook for a little bit. I have a little bit of editing I can do like while I listen. Like, it's just like putting like music in and like text and all that stuff. So it's not like I have to like be listening for cuts. So I'll probably maybe listen to that while I do some editing to get the video that I have to get posted by today. I'm thinking about getting the audio of Emily Wilde, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll start that one. Alrighty, I've edited the video and made the thumbnail. I was listening to an audiobook for an hour of Emily Wilde. I'm really enjoying it. It definitely is like something to get used to because it's not like a crazy fantasy. It's definitely a lot more cozy, but I am enjoying it so far. I'm gonna start over to a physical book for a little bit. I'm gonna read The Kingdom of Sweets, I think. This one is the Nutcracker retelling, and I'm really excited about it. But I'm gonna read this for a little bit. Let you guys know how I'm liking it, probably about halfway or so. We are just reaching 18 hours still. I'm about to leave my room to get a change of scenery. I feel like I've been in here all day, but I'm reading Kingdom of Sweets for just under an hour now. It's reading very fast. I'm on page 127 already, so it is reading like really fast, but also like I feel like it's just because like the pages, like how they're set up, I feel like there's like really big like margins and down area. Anyways, but I'm enjoying it so far. There is still Clara, but it's Clara and Natasha, and they're two sisters who were twins who were born on Christmas Day, and their like godfather Drosselmeyer cursed them for where it's like Natasha's like dark, Clara's light. And it's kind of like one of those like classic things where like, you know, Clara is the really beautiful twin who like gets raised attention, and then Natasha is like the one who's in the shadows. See, this year Drosselmeyer comes and gives them presents. He gives Natasha like a clown, and then he gives Clara this nutcracker. Clara does something to really betray Natasha's trust, and they both end up in the kingdom of sweets. But Natasha's not really supposed to be there. She got there mysteriously, and is kind of out for vengeance on Clara. So we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know if that made any sense, but it is, I'm trying to spoil anything, but it is actually really good so far. I'm enjoying it. If you are a Nutcracker fan, you'll enjoy this. I danced my entire life growing up, and I love going to the Nutcracker, and I love the story, so I'm enjoying it. Friends, we're back to update again. I finished Kingdom of Sweets, and I actually did more of my normal reading pace. I'm pausing it now. It's at 15:27, like 15 hours and 27 minutes left. It's just past 5 o'clock at night now. Let's talk about this for a quick second. Let's chat about this, shall we? I am laughing because after I filmed that update, this book took, like, it was already a dark book, but took such a dark twist I was not expecting. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it. Like, it was foreshadowed, but I don't think it was actually gonna happen. And this is dark. This is dark. And I'm honestly just kind of laughing that this is the only Christmas book I read this year, and it was like messed up. Messed up. Definitely a dark fantasy. I did not really know that going into it. Actually, I didn't really read the synopsis. I just read it. But it was good. Like, I think it's at least a 4-star. Just like, it took me so off guard, and the whole time I was like, very interesting. Like, I wouldn't recommend this for like a jolly Christmas read, but if you're more of like a dark fantasy lover and you want something to read during the Christmas season, this is it, I guess. Like, it fits the bill perfectly. Just was not what I was originally like anticipating, but I still kind of dug it. Like, I was still here for it. It kept me entertained the whole time. I read it in 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's like a 350-page book, so I was clearly whipping through it. Very entertaining, but yeah, not what I was expecting, to be honest, but that's fine. Like I said, it's 5 o'clock now. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna maybe read a little bit more of another book and then start some dinner. While I'm cooking, I'll listen to the audiobook of Emily Wilde. I'm not sure what to read next after that, to be honest. I don't know. I think I want to save my, I'm kind of torn. I want to save my thriller for tonight to like keep me up and like have a page turning thriller. But also, like, what if it scares me and I like, you know, I'm scared to go to sleep? It's fine. But so I think I might start the Unmaking of June Far next, or Taste of Poison that we can read on my ebook a little bit. Maybe that one. I don't know. We'll see when we get to my room. Friends, don't mind this cozy angle. We're like lying in bed. I have just reached under 13 hours. I'm reading the Unmaking of June Far now for just over an hour. I'm on page 140. This book is flying. This book, I've been having like 5-star feelings since like literally the second page. You probably can't tell because I don't seem very excited, but it is a very, very good book, and I am really, really enjoying it. It's very hard to explain, but so like, June Faro is like, she's gonna say she's the last Faro woman, because what happens with the Faro woman is they kind of go crazy and then they disappear or they die. And so like, her grandma had just passed when the book started. Her mother, when she was young, went crazy and disappeared. And then a year ago she started having these hallucinations herself and seeing these things, so she thinks she's on her way to being crazy, delusional, and then she finds out that actually it is something entirely different and possibly kind of good, and it has like that touch of magical realism in it that I love. Day Since Lily chapter 4, I've been having 5-star feelings, so I really hope the ending doesn't disappoint me, because it's just like really drawing me right in. Like I said, I've read like literally 140 pages in like an hour and 5 minutes, so I'm gonna keep on going. I'm not gonna lie, it's 9 and we're getting a little bit tired, but we had dinner and we went and did some grocery shopping, and I kept my audiobook going while I was driving, so that counted for the time, but we're actually in the store. And then we got some ice cream, so I had that, some sugar to hype me up. I did get a Red Bull at the grocery store, so if I need some energy, I can take it. I'm gonna try to sleep as late as I can. Like, I don't think I'll sleep all night long, but I'll sleep as late as I possibly can. So, yeah. I'm trying to process what I just read, and I literally can't. I finished that one. It's 10:42. I still have 11 and a half hours left. 5 stars. 5 stars. This is like the biggest mind F of all time. Like, I don't know how she fit all that into 300 pages, but this was insane. I need time to process this. Read it. Simple as that, just read it. It's 10:42. I'm getting a little bit sleepy, so I think it is Red Bull time. And we're gonna do Wrong Place, Wrong Time for the next one. I'm not sure I feel about this one because I've heard very like mixed reviews about this, but we're gonna give it a try. We'll see. I have so far in this readathon, I have like a 3.75, a 4-star, and a 5-star, so I'm doing really good. So I'm gonna add this one to the list. It says 11 and a half. If I could stay up to at least 2 or 3, I'd love that. We'll see, but let's get the Red Bull going. Also, I don't know if it's placebo effect, but caffeine from coffee, no effect. Caffeine from energy drinks, wild. So I only drink half at a time, and I like slow sip this, or else my anxiety goes. So let's get into it. We have 11 hours and 18 minutes left. Friends, if you hear snoring in the background, I'm sorry. My places for filming at this time are very limited. But to my living room because my sister is sleeping. I don't wake her up. My boyfriend is a very heavy sleeper, so he's not gonna wake up from this, so we're good to talk. This book is not hitting like I wanted it to hit. Honestly, it's just not drawing me in, but I can't tell if that's like a book problem or a me problem, because I can't tell if I'm just still here, you know? If I'm still here. This Red Bull, this is still the first half I had from before, which is going down slow, but it's helped me stay awake because I'm not feeling tired really at all yet, and it is already 12:15, so only 9 hours and 49 minutes to go. No, so at this rate, I feel like I could stay up, but a nap might be necessary. Anyways, his snoring is getting louder. I'm gonna keep reading. I'll see you guys in like an hour and a half. Okay, friends, in the same spot because I'm not going back to bed because I feel like if I lie down, I will sleep. The time is now 1:45. We have 8 hours and 20 minutes left on the clock, and I just finished Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I think this is a 3-star. Let me explain something. I gave synopsis already. It's like her son murders somebody and she wakes up a day earlier each day to try to figure out what happened. So he goes, until you wake and it's yesterday, and then you wake again and it's the day before yesterday, and every morning you wake up a day earlier. So tell me why. I'm reading and halfway through the book we're like 500 days before. I'm not even kidding. Near the end of this book, we were 7,000 days before the murder. The kid wasn't born yet. The kid wasn't even born. And I totally understand how like the point of this is to show how deep the butterfly effect runs. I get that. But that was not what I was expecting. And I was getting so irritated flipping the page and see like 5,000, 7,000 days. I'm like, get out. Like, be so for real. Stop playing with me. I'm not doing this right now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't mind the ending, to be honest. I think it's a 3-star just because the aggravation I felt. But I'm also kind of happy to be done with this. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, it's almost 3 and I feel like I need something just like fast paced to get me staying awake and keep me through. So I think I'm actually gonna finish Two Twisted Crowns. This is a book that I already started before this readathon, and I have about 100 pages left. I feel like finishing that will motivate me and maybe have me keep going, because the only 2 books I have left on my list is A Taste of Poison and then Emily Wilde. And Emily Wilde I'm already like halfway through on audiobook, so I'm getting through these pretty fast. I'm really whipping through. So I'm thinking if I read this, then I think the 7 hours that will be left will perfectly line up with the last like 3 and a bit hours I have of the audiobook, and probably like 4 or so hours for A Taste of Poison, because it's about 400 pages. So I think we're gonna finish them all. I don't know how late I'm gonna stay up. I'm not like too tired yet, to be honest, but I just know it's gonna hit. I'm thinking maybe if I can line it up where I can stay up till 5 or 4:45. My boyfriend wakes up for work at 6:45 and gets ready, and I always wake up and get ready with him. So I'm thinking maybe if I can last till then and take a little 2-hour power nap. We're trudging on for now. Gotta go with this one. Still in the same spot. I just finished Two Twisted Crowns. We have 7 hours and 10 minutes left on the clock. It's just before 3 a.m. Doing pretty good. I'm not gonna talk too much on this one because it would spoil the first one, but some things I'd already mentioned in my last reading vlog that this one was in. I did like it more than the first one. Dark Window was already very good in my opinion, and I think this one, when I finished it, is like a 4.5. I think. I don't have any other thoughts on it at 3 a.m. The ending was very good. It kept me hooked. I really enjoyed it. And now on to the next book. The next book I have on this list is A Taste of Poison. This is the 4th book in the Entangled with Fae series by Cassandra Odette. It is like Fae retellings of princess fairy tales. This one is the Snow White one. I'm very excited for it. It is like 450 pages. So I'm hoping I can read it in about 4 to 5 hours. We'll see. I think I have to change my scenery. I've been sitting here for like 3 hours, I think. I'm gonna go to bed, which is dangerous. It's dangerous, but I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna sit up in bed and hope that helps. And if I feel tired, I'll leave, but I want to sit in bed. I do have the physical copy, but I also have it on my Kindle, which is on my bed. So I'll probably end up reading this on my Kindle completely or mostly, but these covers are also stunning. Once you guys see it, it's really dark, but they're really pretty. I'm getting delirious. It's 3 a.m. We are halfway through Taste of Poison. My Kindle says I'm at 48%. I like that this just dove right in. I'm really enjoying it, but it's not even night anymore. It's the early morning. I'm probably gonna be vlogging a lot till the morning because my main focus right now is just surviving, not setting up a camera. So I'll probably get up to you guys when I finish this. I'm reading a little bit slower than normal, but I think it's just because it's so late / early. But the story is really good. It's keeping me hooked, at least keeping me awake, so that's lovely. I'll update you guys when I finish this one. I think we have like 5 hours left, so yeah. Alright friends, it is 8 a.m. now. We're gonna walk through. I just finished A Taste of Poison by Cassandra Odette, and we have 2 hours and 5 minutes left on the clock. This book I think is a 3.5 to 3.75. I feel like this is what most of Sandra Odette's books are for me. Another lamp on for a bit more light. I feel like that's what most of her books are to me, is like a 3.75. It was cute, it was good. This is the Snow White retelling. I do love Snow White, so I did really enjoy it. For how my night went, so I last updated when I was halfway through, and then I think it was like an hour later, it was 6 a.m. and I was trying to stay awake so bad, but like I couldn't even keep my eyes open. So I'm not gonna lie, I did sleep for 45 minutes to revive myself. I feel like it did really work, so I'm feeling a lot more alive now. I went to sleep at 6, woke up at 6:45, and have now like just drinking coffee, been still reading, and finished up the book. So we are done this now. So you think like the physical copy is 450 pages, but the copy on the Kindle, which I read it on, is 415, and I read that in 5 hours minus 45, so like 4 hours 15 minutes. So still like 100 or so pages an hour, so I'm still doing really good for my pacing. So I have 2 hours left, which means I think I can definitely finish Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, because I am at page 120 in the book, and there's 313. Because I've listened to the audiobook before, so I've listened to 120 pages on audiobook, and the rest I can just read now. The thing too then is I might actually finish this before the readathon ends, which means I'll have to find another book to start. I don't know what I want to start, but we'll figure it out when we get there. I'm gonna start explaining this now because this is gonna take a minute. So pretty much I have 42 minutes left on the timer, and I have about 30 or so pages left of Emily Wilde. So if I just read those 3 pages, it's gonna take me 15 minutes. So instead I've timed up like literally perfectly, where the rest of this book and audiobook in 2 times the speed, which I normally listen to, is gonna take me 41 minutes to finish. So I'm gonna start it right now and then finish in time, because politely, I've already, like, by the time I finish this book, I've already finished 6 full books during this readathon, and a 7th because I read the last 100 pages of Two Twisted Crowns. I don't need to be starting another one with like half an hour left. So we're gonna listen to the audiobook for the last 41 minutes just to finish off calmly as well. Give my mind a little rest, lie down, enjoy, but that's where we're at. I have just finished. Thoughts coming soon, because I'm gonna go sleep. Just finished reading for pretty much actually 24 hours straight, and I'm like not too delirious, which is crazy. Time for bed. And it is now 3 hours since the readathon ended, and we're gonna finally talk about all the books I read, because I finished 7 books during this readathon. I read 6 books in their entirety, and then 1 I was almost done with and finished. Also, what's wild is I'm not that tired. I don't know what is going on. Maybe it's the fact that I had like a Red Bull last night and I had some coffee this morning, but like after I finished the readathon at 10:05, I tried going to sleep. I couldn't fall asleep at 10:30, and then I woke up at 11:15. My body was like, that's fine, you're good. I don't know. I was ready to give most of my thoughts on these while I read them, but a couple of them I didn't like give my full thoughts on, so we're gonna do a little rapid fire to end the video off. First up, City Fallen Angels. This was I think 3.75 for me. It might even be a 4-star. I was nervous going into this one because everybody says it's like the weakest of the Mortal Instruments series and like Cassandra Clare's entire universe, to be honest. I'd say the plot of this one was as like rich or riveting as maybe book 3 was. I still like this one more than I like City of Ashes, definitely, and I really like this world, to be honest, and I don't think I'm rating any of them lower than like a 3.5. Then one of the biggest surprises, only because I don't read synopsises, was Kingdom of Sweets. I thought this was like a fantasy based on the Nutcracker. It is, but the plot twist that everybody in this book is evil, and it's seriously dark and twisted, and I do not think that's gonna be the case. And like I said, this was like the only Christmas book I read this year. I found that really funny. There was like a really messed up one. I still thought it was a 4-star. I thought it was really good still. I enjoyed it. This is definitely not what I was expecting, and if you don't want something really dark and twisted, don't pick this up. Don't do it. Then I read The Unmaking of June Far. 5 stars. I still don't even know how to properly describe this book, except that it is like the biggest like mind game I've ever read in my entire life. I just loved how everything in this book was so intentional. Like the characters, the places, the events that took place, like nothing took place or happened without like a very specific and intentional reason behind it. This book is incredible. I already want to reread it. I already want to annotate it, and just it's beautiful. I had this book on my floor after I finished it. I tripped and fell, and look, I can't even, this is horrible. I can't even do this. Luckily I wasn't like in love with it. It was a 3-star read. The problem with this book was I just found, maybe because I was like, it was late and I was really irritated, but like the timing was ridiculous. Like we were trying to figure out why he committed this murder, her son, who's 18. And it says every day he wakes up a day earlier. So I'm thinking we're gonna go back maybe like a month or so to figure out what happened. Tell me why we're waking up 7,000 days before this took place. He's not even conceived yet. And we're waking up at that time. There's no need for that. It was a bit much. That's all I have. That's my biggest complaint. Like, I didn't really mind the ending. I kind of liked the resolution. It was nice, but like 7,000 days, get out. Then I finished Two Twisted Crowns. This one definitely beat out One Dark Window. One Dark was a 4 stars, this was a 4.5. I did really enjoy this duology. I thought it was a lot of fun. Definitely the most like unique magic systems I've ever read. I'm not going to talk on it too much though, because I don't want to spoil the first book. Obviously, I can't really talk on it without spoiling things. But it was an amazing ending. It was a fitting ending, and I really enjoyed it. I read A Taste of Poison by Sandra Odette. This is like a 3.75. I think that's what this entire series is for me. It's kind of 3.75. They're really cute. They're princess retellings, and these are really good if you're getting into fantasy, just because like you know the story already, you get the gist of it. And these are just kind of like my comfort reads. I like reading when I just want to read something kind of familiar and still entertaining, and that fit the bill. Lastly, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I think this is a 4-star. This was definitely out of my comfort zone normally, I'd say. I am definitely like a high fantasy reader, high stakes typically, and this is a very kind of like cozy fantasy, it's best described as, where like you're kind of just going about Emily Wilde's life and her studying fairies. At first I wasn't sure about it, but I did actually really end up enjoying it. I thought it was a really good book, and I'm really excited for the second one that comes out, I believe already next month it comes out, so excited to read that. Alright, well, those are these 7 books I read in the last 24 hours. If you guys like this video, please forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also on Book Talk Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you in my next video.